Hi everyone, welcome to SwitchedOn Gaming, Paul speaking, and today we're going to be looking at a brand new Nintendo Switch game that's coming out today. Now oddly, this is showing as coming out in America on September the 30th. I'm not sure if that's valid or not, but if it is, it's coming out today, as I say, in the UK for $16.99 and in the US on September 30th for $19.99. This is Curse to Golf from Thunderful Publishing. Really good guys over there. I'm just going to play through the early part of the game. Unfortunately, I got this code really late and I've not had time to put a massive amount of time into it. A few hours so far, but I'm really enjoying it. So this is a roguelike RPG based around mechanics of golf. We've missed out sort of the tutorial parts here. I'll show you how the game starts. We'll play the first hole, have a look at some of the mechanics. It's all randomised, so it's a roguelike, so whilst the actual courses themselves are set, there are hundreds of them, or certainly, as they say in the tutorial, tens of dozens. So I don't know exactly how number, but they are mixed up, so you get a new map every time you start the game with a different layout and different holes to play, although as I say, the holes are themselves set. You just get them in a random order. You drive this little buggy to the next hole, and you can see on the map on the right hand side you do get branching paths, a bit like Slay the Spire. Sort of that setup's quite popular nowadays. And so this game is based around golfing mechanics. You start off the game, I'm not going to spoil too much, but I'll just sort of fill you in on the start of the game. You're playing in a golf championship, and you get taken or get killed basically, and get taken to this other dimension where you have to survive 18 holes of this cursed golf course to be able to, what the groundskeeper calls, ascend back up to your old life, but you have to beat the course first. So you start with 5 shots, you can see at the bottom now, with the big number 5 at the bottom, and you have to complete the courses. You can go into a zoom mode by pressing B, and you can see your way around the course. You can zoom out to get an even more of a wider view. You can see it's kind of a side-on platformer kind of setup. Where are we starting? We're starting down here in the bottom left, so we have to make our way across the course up here using these fans. There's all sorts of different effects and hazards and all this sorts of different stuff that you have to use. Some of them golf based traditionally, so we've got sort of bunkers and rough and water, but you've got these other things as well. There's sort of TNT, there's fans to get past, and it's about basically plotting out your route to get to the hole over here without losing all your shots. Now 5 doesn't sound a lot, but if you look on the map, you've got kind of these little idols. There's gold and silver ones. If you hit those, you get a number of shots back. And also you've got a hand of cards, so if you hold down ZR, you've got these cards that you can buy in the shop. You can also find packs of them. They do all different things. We'll be using these as we go through the first hole here, so I can show you how some of those work. So you've got 3 clubs at your disposal. You've got an iron, a wedge, and a driver. You can switch between them. You can switch between them at any time. There is certain restrictions. So for example, when you're in a bunker, you can only use a wedge, and there's also some curses that stop you using certain clubs. You'll see those, the curses, as the game goes along. You can use the right stick as well to sort of nudge the screen around so you can get a bit of a wider view. You can't take a shot here, so we're going to take our first sorry, you can't take a shot while you're in this zoom mode, but we're going to take our first shot here. We can see we're starting here. There's kind of these ridges here. You don't want to finish too close to these little ridges and walls. It'll make your next shot really difficult. We ideally want to hit this idol. We'll get 4 shots back. So we want to be landing around about here, and then our next shot can take us over to this fan. So this is where we're aiming to land, around about the early part of this little wedge here. Even on here would be quite good. You have got a spin mechanic, so we might need to use that, but we're going to use the iron to start with. So you press Y to change between the different clubs. We'll settle it on the iron, and then you have to kind of, you don't have a lot of control over your shot. You kind of set the power, and then you stop this sort of moving target. Now we might need to go for a driver here by the looks of it, so let's try a driver, see how far that gets us. As you can see, you can't really see exactly where you're landing, which I guess is the point a little bit. does make it hard though. Just going to kind of hit and hope a little bit. Don't really want to hit that rough. Let's try that. Oh, just exactly where we didn't want to land. We're in the rough and we landed just short. Now, the cards that I mentioned, we can take a mulligan. So that is one of the cards that I believe we've got in our deck. So yeah, we've got the mulligan. So we can retake that shot. Let's just see how that works. We use that card, it gets expended, and then we go back and we can take that shot again. These are consumable cards as well, so once you use them, they do tend to disappear. Let's try a bit more power. We might miss the idol now. Yeah. Okay, we've missed the idol. We can go back, but we best to keep going forward. And that's kind of the payoff of this game, I guess, is the risk and reward. So we want to just chip this up to the fan here, which will then take us up the map. Hit this fan and dump us around about here somewhere, I guess. So we're going to switch to our iron. Won't need full power here. It's sort of 3/4-ish power. And let the fans do the rest. I don't know if we could have used spin there, because it's kind of like a portal or a teleport machine up the top there. I don't know how we would have got to that. Probably a way. But let's carry on. So we've got this next shot. Bit tricky. We've got the ledge here, so we need to come under that, but we need to go over the bunker really. And again, don't want to finish too close to this edge. So we may have to use some spin here. To do the spin, you tap A rapidly to build the amount of spin you want up, and then you use the directional button when you're landing to decide which way you spin. You can actually spin two ways if you've got enough left. You can do like a back spin and then do a forward spin if you've got enough spin. So let's have a look. We're going to need to use the iron. The amount of power, this is going to be a really tricky shot actually. May well be impossible to get where we want to get to. We can try a driver. It's got kind of a lower trajectory. Oh, it might be okay. Right, we're going to do that. We're going to whack some spin on. We're going to do back spin. And there, perfect. So kept our trajectory low, had enough power to get over the bunker, and then we used our backspin so we didn't land too close to the ledge. So we're going to go up here again. So we're going to use a fan up here, hit the fan there, probably land around the middle of this. We've got another idol up here. We've got 2 shots left. Have to keep a close eye on that. See what other cards we've got. We can add a shot to our count, so we get a shot back. This card makes sure the TNT explodes. You'll see that around the map. Blocks your way. If you hit it with a golf ball, it does explode, but then it does tend to have an effect on your ball. It will knock your ball back or forwards, or basically you've got very little control over it. But if you can clear the TNT first, it obviously opens up pathways you can get through. You've got a U-turn. You can do a time stop, so basically you can hit a shot, press B, and the ball will just stop in its tracks in the air and just fall to the floor. Quite handy. Practice shot, so you can take a swing, take a shot, see where it lands, but doesn't take a shot off of your counter. So we've got a few of these, but I think for now we're just going to chip this one up to the fan. So we're going to use the wedge. You can see it's got different sort of power amounts. We're going to go around about 3/4. Just want to land it roughly in the velocity of that fan. Drops us in the middle of that fairway. So we're down to our final shot now. As you can hear, the music's changed. We've got a warning, it's our final shot. Now we can, still got a little way to go, meandering around the course. Now we can either aim to hit this to get 4 shots back, finish up a little bit short. I don't think we'd clear the water anyway, so we probably do need to just take that shot. So we're going to do a little iron shot, I think. Oh no, we want to go about half power. Now one thing I would like here in the mechanics is you can change your mind on the shots. Now I don't know if I like this or not, because it gives you, you know, it lets you correct a mistake. Basically, you get, you know, as many chances as you want here to set the power. So in my mind, why not just let you set the power? You know, it doesn't feel like there's much challenge there. So we get +4 shots, and that's not too bad. It finishes okay. We're going to be able to get over that little lip. So yeah, the power thing, I don't know. I kind of get why, you know, it's a challenge to sort of, you know, stop the power meter. But if you're allowed to do it infinite times, then it's kind of pointless. If you only had one shot at it, it would make it a lot more tense. And maybe there's a curse later on that, you know, affects that and only gives you one chance to set the power. Same with the direction as well, you know, it's just moving up and down, although you don't get another chance to change that. So that's just one thing that maybe I would comment on. We're going to go about half power here. I need to go a bit more, just to get into that trajectory of the fan. It's going to dump us into the rough. Another tricky shot here. We want to kind of maybe land. Might take our chances and land in the bunker here, because we're going to need to use a wedge shot from the bunker anyway. And that's probably the sort of shot that we're going to need. So we're going to try and... Actually, if I do forward spin, we might be able to hop over the bunker. Let's try that. So tap, tap, tap on A, holding it to the left. And yes, we tap. Oh, we've got over. Basically, it's not a bad shot. It's about where we want to be. We're past the ridge above us, the ceiling, which would be a tricky shot. We've got a... We was going to use a wedge shot anyway, so we're going to have to use the wedge shot out of the bunker. So that's not too bad. Again, this will take us into the trajectory of the fan. Now the silver idols give you one shot, I think, one or two. Down to our final shot again. And we're up the hole, so... Another risk and reward here. We could try and hit a big shot, clear the water, land in the hole. We could try a shorter shot, sort of lay it up to around about here, and gain the extra shots from hitting the idol, and then have one final shot to the flag. Or we can use one of our cards to add a shot. Let's try that. So let's add one shot to our total, and let's try the practice shot. See if we can actually make it from here. Going to have to use the iron, so I don't think even at full power we're going to make that. Okay, I think because we can't see where we're landing, I think that's an incredibly risky shot to take blind, so we're going to just play it safe. We're going to do a little iron shot, and again fiddling with the power here, kind of takes the point of needing to set the power away, but we're going to just dink it over, hit the idol, get the shots, so 2 shots gained, land it sort of middle of that fairway, so we've got a better view of the hole. Oh, that was a practice shot as well, damn, so I wasted a practice shot. Never mind, we'll do the same again, about half power, just get it over the little ridge, maybe a little bit of backspin, just so it doesn't run on too far. That's perfect. And then we've got a final shot here to the hole. Might have to utilise a bit of backspin here. It's probably too powerful. That's probably not enough. Right. That's about right, I think. That should land us straight in the hole. Oh, should have backspun it in. Okay, obviously it's a fairly simple shot for me. We can just dink this in. Cost us an extra shot, but there we go. So that's hole 1 done. Hole survived. And that's what this game is about, really. Surviving these holes. Survive 18 of them, and you get your life back. I think there's only 1 course, but as you can see from that first hole, I mean, that's taken us, what? I don't know, probably a good 10 minutes to get through that hole. So getting through 18 of them. It does get harder. So win some cash. Let me go back to the map. Now I won't do another hole because I think you've kind of got the gist of the mechanics. I just wanted to show you how the map works here. So we drive on along the map. Get to these junctions. So you can choose to go left or right. So obviously left here takes us to the shop. Right takes us to money. I've not done a money path yet, but if you look further up the map, you've got these kind of little cards. If you look at the path on the left hand side there, after the money bag, you've got a little card. That basically gives you packs of new cards. And the symbol above that, the hole with the skull on it, means that that hole is cursed. So you get special effects on that hole. So things like you can't use your cards. I had one where the world flips upside down, so you're playing upside down, which is quite tricky. You get restrictions on your clubs, so that's you know, just a twist on the hole. And again, those are random. But let's head to the shop, and I'll show you what's in there. A couple of last little things before we sign this one off. So we've got the shop here, the Eternity. Not a great deal to buy, to be honest. You've got the cards that you can buy. So you can buy packs of them, sort of blind packs with the money that you've got. And obviously the better pack, better quality the pack, the better cards you get. Or you can buy these. There's always 2 cards that are on sale. Basically, you know what you're getting with those. That's only really the only thing you can buy. They've got this card binder thing here where you can kind of store cards into the binder. So for example, let's the +1 shot. You know, let's save another one of those because we've got a few of those cards in our hand. But you can save them for future use if you ever run out of cards. And then you've got this outfits. Now, it doesn't look like you need to buy any of these. So again, a little bit pointless. I would like to see maybe you have to buy these uniforms. It could have been quite nice. You could have had like caps, tops and trousers and stuff, and you could mix and match, but they're preset tops. Obviously that one's a take on Mario called Plumber, and one of Luigi. I think there's sort of references to Pokemon and stuff in here, but I don't know, again, just feels kind of a wasted opportunity. Like you really could have had like bits of clothing to buy separately. Yeah, good to give you something else to spend your money on. Again, these are small nitpicks because so far I've really enjoyed the game. We've got leaderboards here, so you've got local leaderboards and online leaderboards as well. You can see everyone that's sort of reviewing the game at the moment hasn't really got particularly far on it, so it is a difficult game. And you've got your friends list as well. And then just one little final thing, you've got a driving range over here, so you can practice your shots and you can practice using your cards. To your heart's content over on the driving range. And then to get out of the sort of shop area and back to the map, press the plus button and then you just drive off to the left. It takes you back to the map. And then you carry on to the path to the next hole. So there you go. I mean, that's the basic premise. As I say, I haven't had this a lot of time. I've probably only put a few, 2-3 hours into it tops. What I've played of it so far, I've enjoyed it. I think I've encountered a lot of what the game has to offer, and I've shown a lot of that to you there. So you've got the gameplay mechanics, you've got the cards, you've got how the courses work and how the shop works and the map works. So it's good. I've played, as I say, I think this is my 4th round, I think it said at the start, didn't it? So each round I've played, the map has been different, so you can have a bit of variety there. I believe there's a daily run mode coming as well. Guess this is going to have a day 1 patch, but I'm sure there's a daily leaderboard mode coming as well, which I always like that. Gives you something to log on to every day and compete against other people online and your friends and stuff. So yeah, there you go. Really pleased with it. Been looking forward to this since we saw it on the Nintendo Direct, and glad that it's coming out. Not sure what's going on with America. Maybe check your local listings for that. You can always pick it up from one of the other stores if you've got a European account. But other than that, I think we'll leave it there. I'm going to play some more of this. If you've got any questions though, just leave them in the comments and I should be able to help you out. As I say, this is $18.99. Feels kind of around about the right price. Feels like there's enough content here and enough variety to justify that, so I'm quite happy with the price. Hope you enjoy it too. Leave me a comment below and a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you're new. But until then, I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye bye.